have two versions of Joseph. Joseph, the dreamer, who is always dreaming and his dreams always come true. In his lifetime, he is filled with extraordinary extremes. He never lost his trust in God. His story is a saga of sacrifice, one sent ahead by God to preserve the life and restore, reconcile the life of his people. Let's welcome Joseph, the dreamer. Next, let's call on the shepherd and his sheep. A shepherd is also called a pastor, or in Tagalog, pastor. It is mentioned a dozen of times in the Bible. Don't you know that Abraham, Moses, David were all shepherds? Even our God is likened to a shepherd. They are dependable and brave. They will risk their lives for their sheep. And here, Jack, his name is Jack. He's a dog actually. But he's portraying a sheep. A sheep, they are an important part of the possession of the Hebrews that time. They're often used as a paid tribute. Jesus Christ represents the Lamb of God, the ultimate sacrifice for us. And we are also likened to a sheep. We represent the sheep because we usually get lost. Thank you, shepherd, and your sheep. Thank you, Jack. Now let's welcome all the characters of the creation. First up is the Shan muna. Found in Genesis 1:21, it said there, God created the great sea creatures and every living thing, and these creatures shall swarm the water, and they will reign over it. Next one is the land animals. Okay na? Okay, next is the dragon. Don't you know that we have dragons also in the Bible? There are two kinds of dragons in the Bible, the Leviathan found in the Old Testament, and our enemy, the Satan, found in Revelation. They symbolize the enemy's power in Revelations 13:1 to 18. But God will seize the dragon and the ancient serpent, who is the devil, bound him for thousands of years. Welcome the four dragons. Next is, let's welcome Queen Esther. Queen Esther. She is a Jewish woman living in Persia. She was taken to the king of Persia to become one of the harem ladies. Her people was endangered, and God placed her at that appointed time to save her people. She was not only beautiful, but she trusted the Lord with all her heart. May nanalo. Next, let's call on Joshua. Joshua. Woo! He began his life as a slave in Egypt, but he became the assistant of Moses. He became the leader of the Israelite tribe after the death of Moses. Let's welcome Joshua. Now let's call on King David. We have two King Davids. We have the baby version and the adult version. Nathan and Dave. He was young when Samuel anointed him to be king of Israel. He used to become a shepherd boy, and his father Jesse counted on him for a flock of sheep and chores to bring food for his brothers. But in reality, David was being trained for the throne. Let's welcome David, King David. Next up, the very beautiful Zipporah. She is also called the little bird. She is mentioned in the Bible, the book of Exodus. She is also the wife of Moses and the daughter of Jethro, the priest of Midian. Don't you know that Zipporah, at the right time, she did the right thing. And she did what God required. And she saved Moses' life in Exodus 4:24 to 26. Next up, let's go on. Jochebed. Jochebed. According to the Torah, she was the daughter of Levi and the mother of Aaron, mother of Miriam and Moses. She is the wife of Amram. Don't you know that she was the one who protected Moses from the Pharaoh's command that every Hebrew baby should be killed? So what she did, she put Moses in the basket and let it float in the river. She saved Moses' life. Now let's go on. One of the controversial characters in the Bible, Mary Magdalene. She's one of the most mysterious characters, even though her name was mentioned 12 times in the Gospel. She is one of the steadfast disciples of God. Mary Magdalene was one of the followers of Jesus Christ who stayed near him during his death, stayed with him during the burial, stayed with him during the resurrection. She stayed near the cross of Jesus. Mary Magdalene. Now let's go on. The Egyptian princess Bithia, the daughter of Pharaoh. We have also two versions of the princess. Bithia, or the Egyptian princess, was used by God to also save Moses. When Moses was floating in the river, Bithia, the princess, took Moses and she adopted it as her own son. Thank you for Bithia. And if there's a princess, there is also the Pharaoh. We have also two versions of Pharaoh. Don't you know that the pharaohs are also called the Egyptian kings? They are said to be the intermediary between gods and man. Their role was both civil and religious administrators. The Egyptian kings are considered then as half man or half god, and so they say. The ancient Egyptians believed pharaohs as to be the son of the sun god. Controversial. There are versions in the Bible that says we have a unicorn, but also in the modern translation, it said it's not a unicorn. But we'll see. Let's go on the unicorn. She is not a donkey nor a horse. Yes, you heard it right. A unicorn is also mentioned in the Bible in the old translation, in Numbers 23:22. And it said, God brought them out of Egypt, for she has the strength of a unicorn. Let's call on the two princesses, our two guests today, Beyond and Abby. April and Beyond, our two princesses guests today. Later on, you'll be hearing their beautiful voices. Guess who's the teacher? Yay! Don't you know that the little princesses here today, they represent Sarah, because Sarah is also known as Princess Sarah. Alright? Let's welcome our two princesses today, Beyond and April. Thank you. angel in the midst, in our midst. Angel is mentioned 273 times in the Bible. They are spiritual beings created by God. They are not meant to be worshipped because they too worship God. They carry out all the commands of God. Thank you, my angel. Okay. Now let's call on the armor of God. The armor of God. The armor of God is found in Ephesians 6:10 to 18. Naliligaw yung ating armor. How many armors do we have? Okay, good. We have 2 versions of our armors of God. Don't you know that God told us that we should wear the armor every day to battle all the evil in our place? You should wear the helmet of salvation, the belt of truth, the shield of faith, sword of the Spirit, the shoes of the gospel. Because we wrestle not with flesh, but we wrestle with spirits. Always wear the armor of God. Thank you.
And now please welcome our merchant of pearls of great... What place is this? Great price. The kingdom of heaven is like a merchant seeking fine pearls. When he had found the pearl of great value, and then what's that? What's this? When she found it, then sold all he had, is bought and take treasure of it.
All right. Say, Pastor. Drama.
Sorrow!
Now let's call on. Nasaan na yung script ko? Nawawala. Simon of Cyrene. Don't you know that this man was also present during the crucifixion of Jesus Christ? He was a foreigner, actually just roaming around the city. But when Jesus was walking, carrying his heavy cross, one of the soldiers told him, "Carry his cross." So Simon was told to carry Jesus' cross. All right. Okay. And here is our next character, Deborah. Deborah. Don't you know that Deborah is one of the judges in Israel? She is the prophet of Yahweh, the God of the Israelites. She is the 4th judge of the monarch of Israel. The only female judge in her time. Alrighty. Now let's call on the very controversial Cleopatra. Cleopatra was one of the pharaohs in Egypt, but she reigned during the 1st century BC before Christ. She ruled with dignity and with honor. Alright. Are there any characters left? Wonder Woman. Okay, where's Wonder Woman? Okay, let's go on. Wonder Woman! The modern time heroine of our time. Wonder Woman reflects strength and beauty, yes, and grace, and she twirls around without getting dizzy. Don't you know? Wonder Woman. So the women are encouraged to be Wonder Woman, but we can only do that when we have God in our lives. Let's welcome Wonder Woman! Oh, we have 2 versions. The baby version and the toddler version. Oh, she's gaining strength. That's why she's sleeping. Okay. So because due to insistent public demand, we'll be calling on again our first cosplay character. Where's your arc? Your boat.
Give me a minute.
Because our guest wasn't able to see our first character. And they weren't able to take pictures of him too. So let's call on. Give it up for Noah! Due to insistent public demand. Noah, his Hebrew name was Rest and Repose. He was a righteous man. He was a blameless man among his time. He obeyed God to build an ark even though he was in a desert. He asked people to come with him, but the people just laughed. And Noah and his family were the ones left on earth. Thank you, Noah. All righty. So that is our cosplay for today. But you can still have your photo ops later on. And we want to welcome our guests for today. Thank you for our Cosplay Sunday. We are celebrating Cosplay Sunday not because it's Halloween in this week, but we are celebrating the goodness of God in the lives